Hi, I'm Dawn, and this is where Shabby meets Bling. Today, I'm going to be creating something very Americana. With the 4th of July right around the corner, we need to get any red, white, and blue decor complete.
Before we get started, I'd like to thank Tammie of the Rusted Willow and Elizabeth of Rustic Chic's Design for hosting, and Mary Beth of MB Gray Designs for co-hosting this third Thursday Thrift Flip. So this is where my flip begins. I picked up this wreath at my absolute favorite resale shop in my area, and I'm gonna rip this poor little thing apart and create something new and different. It was only $3, which is a good price even if you're just buying a grapevine wreath itself. So I picked it up and I figured what I don't use, I will redonate. You can see that the flowers don't quite look real, the colors aren't quite right, and that green on the ivy is just way too bright to be realistic. If it doesn't look like it grew in my garden, I do not want it on my wreath. They made this wreath with twist ties, which was fine by me because it was easy to get apart. And now we're gonna spray this thing. Let's paint it. Because of what I actually am gonna put on this thing, I need it to pop, and it just would not happen with that natural grapevine. But I love natural grapevine. I love natural anything. But in this circumstance, it needs paint. Any excuse to paint, right? Here's another element that's going to be going in my wreath. And yes, you're right. That is the topper for a Christmas tree. I'm going to paint it as well. I picked this little number up on clearance a few years ago. I got them for $2, and actually I picked up two because I never can seem to just buy one of something if it's super inexpensive. I am painting it a satin claret wine, and it's to take that bright red off of it because I don't really do bright reds. I do muted colors. And now this will match the other 4th of July items I have in my decor. So here you can see that I'm playing layout on how this is gonna go onto the wreath. I picked up the 4th and the little star. Those are paper mache. I grabbed them at Hobby Lobby for half off. And now I am going to create a big old bow because I love me some ribbon and bows on a wreath. Right now I'm making just one large traditional bow, and it's going to go in that upper left-hand side of the wreath. But I will be adding another smaller bow and some more ribbon as we continue with this project.
Now for the unexpected. I am going to go out to my garden and I'm going to deadhead a few things that are going to become the highlight of this project.
These are allium, and I cut down quite a few out of my garden, and you can see the blooms are spent, and I'm going to make something kind of unusual with these. I am cleaning them up. You have to get all the little tidbits of leaves and anything that may have blown in there, spider webs or whatever the case may be. Clean them up really well for the next step. So now that they're all clean, we are going to cut the stem just maybe a ½ inch below the head of the flower. And if you've never played with allium before, because so many people play with allium, the stem is hollow. It's a hollow stem. And if you notice, there's still a little bit green. And this is going to give us the ability to bend them. I don't know if you can tell what I'm making yet, but I think you might get it in a little bit. But I'm going to take a stretch of wire, and in some of the wider stems, I'm doubling my wire to give it more stability. And I'm just going to give it a little crimp there and make sure it is long enough to go up the stem and into the flower head itself. You want a little extra at the top. Then you're going to take your wire and feed it through the stem all the way through. So it pops out the top. And then we are going to take some glue. Yeah, weird, right? Some B7000. And we are going to glue the dickens out of this thing. And then we are going to push it through the head of our flower, which is really not even a flower anymore. And you're going to push it in there, and you need to make sure the wire goes up. Don't push too hard. And then you're going to put this in an upright position so it dries completely. I repeat this process with each and every one of my allium. And if your stem splits, use the other half of the stem. And I find that the thinner stems actually work best. They work best for being able to bend them when we get to the point where we want to bend them. And you'll see why we're gonna bend them in just a little bit. Did you really think that I wasn't gonna paint these two? You guys, I will paint anything. If it doesn't move, I will paint it. So this one is my claret wine, which is going to blend lovely with my star that I already painted this exact same color. So once she's totally painted and the paint is still wet, I am going to add glitter. Glitter to it. All over. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. Glitter, glitter, glitter. I love glitter. Hey, Monica. I'm using glitter. So once she's good and glittery, I finished painting the stem where I was holding on to it so that I didn't get my hands too gross. Look at my hands though. Pretty gross. I treat them all the same, even though I'm using different colors on them. I think I used a total of like 4 colors, 5 maybe. All colors that are going to coordinate well with each other. And some I used a spray glitter instead of the glitter. There they are. There's my fireworks, my 4th of July fireworks. I think they really look like fireworks. I will spray some of this thrifted grapevine to cover the base of where my fireworks are released. And I'm going to paint some of these stars just for some little accents.
I have completed all the components and I have assembled them into what is now, hopefully, a new and improved wreath. A beautiful Americana wreath. Let's take a look.
Let's take a look at my fireworks. Here I've got them displayed in an old Cracker Jack tin. And I just am so happy with the way they turned out. And if you will notice, they are bent. You can see the stems are slightly curved, like a firework when it goes up into the air. Here's that thrifted wreath, and here's where we ended up. I just love the muted colors. And the ribbon, that denim ribbon, it's wired. My fireworks, my Christmas tree topper. Reformatted for the 4th of July. And if you will notice, the 4 and the TH has been painted the exact same color as my wreath. Now let's take this outside where it's gonna hang. This is where I made it to be, is on my gate, leading into my outdoor fire pit area. Very happy with the way it looks. Happy 4th of July, everybody. And if you will notice, it coordinates beautifully with my cafe Route 52 sign. Once again, I would like to thank Tammie, Elizabeth, and Mary Beth for hosting and co-hosting this 3rd Thursday Thrift Flip. You will find the links to these talented ladies' channels and the link to the playlist in the description box below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, share it with your family and friends and anyone that likes Americana design and decor. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and let's finish this off with some fireworks.